This is Biology for Grade 10, produced by Tigray Education Bureau, transmitted by Dimtsi Weyane Tigray National and FM radio satellites and social media, and also FM Maqala 104.4.
Hello students, how are you? This is Biology for Grade 10, presented by Berrihun Fadu Aberra. Lesson topic, food making and growth in plants. However, students, before we are going to see our today's lesson, let us having some important points from the previous lesson. That is about homeostasis. You know, students, homeostasis is the body's ability to maintain or to control normal function and stability. Students, as you know, one of the characteristics of all living things is that they have the ability to respond to stimuli both externally and internally. Living organisms need systems of coordination and control, and this is known as homeostasis. For instance, many multicellular organisms, including human beings, have both nervous and hormonal coordination and control systems, and plants have hormonal coordination and control system. However, homeostasis in human beings can be affected by drug abuse. Do you remember all this? Very good. And now, let me ask you the following questions. Question number 1. What do you mean by drugs? What do you mean by drugs? Students, if your answer is drugs are chemical substances that affect the normal function of our body, you are right. Question number 2. What is drug abuse? What is drug abuse? If your answer is drug abuse is using a substance to the point of excess and dependence. Excellent, students. Now, students, let's see our today's lesson in detail. Lesson topic, food making and growth in plants. Students, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to explain what is food making or photosynthesis in plants, what are the main parts of the plant and their specific functions, the adaptations of leaf to perform photosynthesis. You know, students, the flowering plant is a complete organism with organs carrying out particular functions. As we know, there are 4 main organs of a flowering plant. Students, understanding them will help you understand how a plant makes food and grows. And listen carefully to what the main parts of the plants and their functions looks. The flowers, which contain the reproductive organs. The leaves, which use light, energy, carbon dioxide and water to make food by photosynthesis, the stem, which provides support and a transport system for water and minerals to the leaves and flower. It also supports food from the leaves to the roots and flowers. The roots, which anchor the plant to the ground and absorb water and minerals. Students, if it is so, let me ask you some questions. Question number 1. What is photosynthesis and where does it take place? What is photosynthesis and where does it take place? Good. The answer is photosynthesis is a process by which food is produced by green plants by using the sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. And the process by itself takes place in leaves. Question number 2. What is the function of the roots? What is the function of the roots? Very good, students. The answer is the function of the leaves is to anchor the plant to the ground and absorb water and minerals. And now, students, let's see a photosynthesizing machine. As you know, plants take the inorganic molecules such as carbon dioxide and water and use sunlight to produce the organic molecule glucose as well as inorganic oxygen. This is amazing process of photosynthesis by the green plants is the base of all life on Earth. Why? Students, because it provides the food we eat and the oxygen we breathe, and it all takes place in the leaves of plants. And that is why we can say plants' leaves are perfectly adapted to allow the maximum possible amount of photosynthesis to take place whenever there is sunlight available. Students, what do you think the adaptations of a leaf for photosynthesis or making food to take place? Okay, now I believe that you said that because of the leaves' structural functions. Very good, students. You are right. Students, so what are the structure of the leaves and their adaptations to perform photosynthesis? Let us see the following together. The leaf is flat and wide, and this gives a large surface area to collect light and short distance for gases to diffuse. The veins bring water from the soil to the cells. The waxy cuticle is a waterproof layer found on the surface of many leaves. This helps prevent water loss. The palisade mesophyll is with many chloroplast cells that contain chlorophyll pigments. You know, students, the function of chlorophyll is to trap the sunlight, so photosynthesis as a process can happen perfectly. The spongy mesophyll are important for the entry of carbon dioxide more correctly and sometimes for little photosynthesis to take place. The lower epidermis has opening known as stomata, is important for exchange of gases, carbon dioxide and oxygen. The guard cells control the entry of carbon dioxide and the loss of water by transpiration. The vascular bundles with xylem tissue is for water transport from the soil, and the phloem tissues are important for transport of food from the leaves to all parts of the plant. Each chloroplast contains stacks of membranes and chlorophyll to give an increased surface area for photosynthesis to happen. You know, students, these all above explanations are all adaptations or good characteristics of leaves of the green plants for the process of photosynthesis to take place. And now, students, these all are about the leaves and their functions, and for more understanding, you can see the figures on your biology textbook on pages 141 up to 144. Now, if you understand, let me give you some important points from the above mentioned about the parts of flowering plants and their specific functions, as well as some adaptations of the leaf to perform the process of food making in plants. Good. Students, plants can make their own food, but animals cannot make their own food. Plants have four main parts for specific functions. For example, flowers for reproduction, leaves for making food, stem for support and transport system, roots for anchoring and the absorption of water and minerals. You know, photosynthesis is a process to make food by plants by using carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Leaves have their own adaptation to perform photosynthesis by having the following structures with their functions. Example, having flatness and wideness, having waxy cuticle, having palisade mesophyll, having spongy mesophyll, having lower epidermis with stomata and guard cells, having vascular bundles with xylem and phloem, having chloroplasts with chlorophyll, and others. Saying this and that about food making in plants. For more understanding, you can also see yourself through pages 145 up to 157. Students, now it is your turn to remember some points about the adaptation of plants, leaf for the purpose of food making or photosynthesis. Question number 1. What are the four main parts of flowering plants and their specific functions? What are the four main parts of flowering plants and their specific functions? Students, did you say they are flowers for reproduction, leaves for photosynthesis, stem for support and transport systems, roots for anchoring and absorption of water and minerals? Very interesting, students. Question number 2. What is the use of waxy cuticle in the epidermis of leaves? What is the use of waxy cuticle in the epidermis of leaves? If you say waxy cuticle is a substance which found in the epidermis of leaves and is important to protect water loss by transpiration. You are correct, students. Question number 3. What are the adaptations of the leaf to perform photosynthesis? What are the adaptations of the leaf to perform photosynthesis? Very interesting, students. Did you say the following points? Leaf is flat and wide to increase surface area for performing photosynthesis. Leaf has waxy cuticle on their epidermis, and this is important to prevent water loss by transpiration. Leaf contains a lot of palisade mesophyll to provide a lot of chlorophylls, thereby chlorophyll. Leaf contains spongy mesophyll for exchange of gases such as carbon dioxide and oxygen. Leaf contains more stomata and guard cells in lower epidermis to control the entrance of gases such as carbon dioxide and water loss by transpiration. Leaf has vascular bundles such as xylem for transport of water and phloem for the movement of food produced by photosynthesis. And leaf contains a lot of chloroplasts with lots of chlorophyll to trap sunlight. Okay, students, this is all about today's lesson. And next week, we will see transport system in plants. Till then, keep yourself from COVID-19. Stay at home. All important protections a day keeps coronavirus away. Thank you for listening. Goodbye, students.